quick one, because we're tight for time. Susan says, I'm disappointed you don't seem to get views from Labour or Lib Dem guests and only have Tory views. Your programme has become very right-wing, and unfortunately I can't see myself continuing to view your programme. I'm neither Tory, Labour or Lib Dem, would like to hear views other than Tory. But it's all about who gets in. We reflect, as we have done with yours, Susan, the views that come in.
Yeah, but also we were going to have a Labour MP on this morning, but they pulled out at the last minute. So
we do have a lot of
try.
Labour.
We regularly have Labour commentators on.
We do, but I say a lot of the views that we get emailed in aren't particularly Labour or Labour, but some are. And they say you're a floating voter, Susan, and your views are very welcome, and I hope you stick with us.
Yeah.
If you want a lefty on, Benjamin Butterworth's here. Take us through the papers along with Nabila Ramdani. Good to see you both. I mean, you're certainly not right-wing.
No, regular viewers will pick up on that.
Yeah,
I was chair of the Labour Party's youth wing in a past life, so hopefully that satisfies
Susan.
You ticked Susan's box there, yeah.
Oh, well, good.
Shall we talk about the leadership battle? I suppose we have to, don't we, Nabila?
Yes, absolutely.
In the Metro, about Penny Mordaunt edging ahead.
Yes, I mean, as we can see from the papers today, this Tory leadership race is very much dominating this long summer for all the right reasons. I mean, in the end, we have all the candidates for the top job in the Tory party who are desperately trying to put the message across, because at the end of the day, it's a matter that will be dealt with by all new members of the Conservative Party. And you have different views on different candidates, depending on who you speak to and which paper you read. So the Metro's headline is Penny's in Heaven. She edges further ahead of Truss in the race to become our next Prime Minister. So she's pushing ahead confidently, and that's the Metro's take.
Yes, I mean, they're sort of totally ignoring what Lord Frost has been saying about her overnight.
Precisely. They went for, I think, Penny from Heaven is a song from the 70s.
Yes, Penny's from Heaven. It goes on. It was a TV series, but the song goes further back than that.
Yeah.
It's more 1920s, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, she makes...
No. I don't love singing on this programme.
Well, I'll tell you what, we might start singing if we all have a drink this morning, but unfortunately, Benjamin, you are not meant to be drinking at all. You should be teetotal, according to this article in the Times.
Whereas I can have two glasses of wine a day.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure either of you hit 40 yet, but when you do get to 40, so basically, just to outline this, so in the Times, there's a report in the Lancet, the medical journal, and they've looked at 204 countries, which must be all of them, and they found that people under 40 shouldn't drink anything. So even a shot of beer, if anyone's ever done a shot of beer, is bad for you.
Shot of beer, like a shot of beer.
That 38 millilitres, it says. I'm guessing that's the shot size as we know it. And then if you're between 40 and 64, apparently 2 standard drinks a day is okay. Not only that, but a regular tipple can ward off stroke, heart disease, or
That's because
diabetes.
of the qualities of red wine, is it? More than anything.
Is that what you tell yourself?
I think it's...
or-
It's because of the... what's the word that you get in red... No, it's something else beginning with C. It's whatever you get in red wine that's meant to be good for the heart.
Yes, I've heard that before.
Nothing alcoholic good for the youngsters.
Yeah, which is interesting, and I kind of feel like it's the other way around, right? Because I suspect under 40 is probably, I don't know, do you think they drink more than...
Yes.
Did you drink more as you got older, or...?
No, well, I stopped I stopped at 31.
Completely.
So I think I drank a lifetime supply of alcohol by the time I got to 31.
Are you teetotal?
Yeah.
I'm going teetotal later today.
What, for the rest of the day?
Well, I'll try. I keep trying.
I guess, the message here, or the lesson, is that everything is in moderation.
Yes.
You can look at things and everything could be a threat. Crossing the road could be a threat. Salt, red meat, butter, we're told, can be very bad for you. But I think, if you hit the right balance, then you'll be fine. And if you don't drink in hot weather, it's even better.
Do you know, I just think even even this Times report says there are other reports that say different things. But honestly, if you just lived your life by all of these specific claims, you'd be so miserable. That had not more years off your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not how human nature
Yeah.
is.
No, it's not. And I would certainly never tell a young person not to drink.
But I spent
drink a bit more
I spent my entire motherhood, as it were, bringing my children up. I would never use salt to cook.
Oh.
Never, because I was absolutely full of the information that salt is bad for you, salt is bad for you. So I thought, well, if there's one thing I can do for my kids, I can train them to eat food that hasn't got salt in it. And now the whole thing's been reversed, and I've suddenly discovered salt. And you know, it does make things taste nicer.
I love salt.
Ah.
I do. I'm quite a heavy salter.
Yeah. Well, look, you can be now. But I mean, yes, all of this medical opinions. If you went by everything the medics told you from time to time, yes, you'd be miserable, I think, and very confused.
Exactly.
You're French, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've been drinking red wine and white wine as a child, watered
Well,
down.
no, I'm Muslim too, so
Oh. So do you not drink at all?
no, I don't drink at all. I've been raised that way, and frankly, I have no interest in alcohol particularly.
I think that's the thing. If you don't touch it, you
Yes.
never get the thing for it. And I'd never go back to it.
It's this. What I find weird about alcohol is that we have this belief that it's glamorous and great, you know, and it makes you feel greater. And frankly, from all evidence, it really isn't.
Well, there are some proven benefits to red wine, for example, for mental health, for skin condition. But again, I think it's excess in everything that creates.
I find the second bottle tastes nicer.
Yeah, that's obviously where.
You convince yourself that.
The only thing I sometimes say, you see it in movies and things, which I used to like, didn't drink very often, but was a very dry vodka martini with a pickled onion. And honestly, I used to love
Maybe
it.
I'll put off going teetotal till tomorrow because that's a nice idea.
That is very nice. It's very James Bond.
Yeah, it
with a
is.
pickled onion.
But that's what I mean. It's this idea of glamour, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder why a fruit juice with the umbrella in it just isn't as glamorous.
No, it's
So
not.
it particularly appeals to women, I think. It encourages,
alcohol, with the glamour
with
of
the glamour, yeah, and the way it's presented, and
thanks.
the
It
fancy,
looks sophisticated.
Thanks very much.
but the fancy names sometimes they give to cocktails.
Oh, yes.
Just encouraging.
It is, isn't it?
Consumption.
We're all daft, aren't we?
Yeah, well, it tastes nice. To the mirror, look at these. I mean, Europe and the heat in Europe. I mean, they're talking about 49 Celsius, aren't they, in some places?
Yes, so it's not just Britain that's affected by these extremely hot temperatures that, dare I say, come with very stark health warnings and are very much talked about by the Met Office as a danger to life. And across Europe, you have temperatures going as high as 49, 50 degrees, and unfortunately, they translate into some, horrific incidents such as wildfires sweeping across countries such as Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece, Croatia.
We just saw that headline there, Alan Shearer's house engulfed in fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Quite a few
There you are,
celebrities.
there's in Portugal that is. Alan Shearer films Inferno, so it's not his home, but it is the homes of millionaires being engulfed by flames, because in that sort of heat, the slightest spark can get things going, can't it?
Well, not only wildfires, but there have been also reports of floodings in Germany, for example. So I think we have to put this in the broader context of having a discussion about climate change. I think, it's not just a one-off. I think it's a trend that politicians should look at and act on.
So if we're worried about climate change perhaps causing some of these extreme temperatures, should we build for it and put air conditioning in our houses? Or should we do something else? Because air conditioning uses power.
And it's very expensive.
It's very expensive, so that's probably not the answer either.
No, I mean, yeah, I think air conditioning is incredibly expensive, and people can't afford to heat their homes, let alone to cool them with air conditioning if they live in a rare home that does have that. I mean, I don't even own a fan, and I'm regretting that bitterly at the moment because I can't sleep at night.
Probably won't be able to buy one at the moment.
Exactly, but I mean, 40 degrees, the highest temperature we've ever had in this country is 38.7, and that was just a couple of years ago. So, these are sort of dangerous
Life-threatening. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that the French authorities reported about 12,000 people dying because of extremely hot temperatures. So these are the kind of statistics that we should really get worried about.
Yeah.
But I think on the more positive side, I think people are nowadays a lot more educated about how to deal with hot temperatures. We drink a lot more water. We put cream on and we stay in cold places. I think we're becoming more aware of how, on a personal level, protect ourselves.
Yeah,
I was
we're not daft. We're
I
not
was
daft.
a heat wave in Jordan that was 50 degrees. But they coped, they lived there all the time.
Well, that's it. They build for it, don't they? They have houses with shutters. They have thick walls in their houses. They have rooms that are always usually quite dark and cool.
Yes.
And maybe we've got to start thinking of that.
Yeah, a dark, cool house, room in your house.
The chance of buying a house would be
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's another issue. Look, it's really good to see you both this morning. Thank you very much indeed, Benjamin and Nabila. It's